Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and it's that time once again. It's time to get on our knees, look up at Jeff Kaplan, close our eyes, and cry, and try to convince him that we are worthy of a gold gun, that I know I can get into top 500 if you just give me good teammates. Please, Jeff, please! So, season 23 is almost here, and by the time you're watching this video, it probably is already live, which means it's another opportunity to disappoint everybody in your family. But nay, I say that this season is gonna be different, which is what I always say every single time I go out on a Saturday night. I'm kidding, I don't ever go outside on a Saturday night. Or ever. Today, what I wanted to do was talk about some of the best heroes that you can try to use in Season 23. Now, if you're new to the channel, I do this leading into every single competitive season where I list off a couple of heroes, more specifically 2 DPS heroes, 1 tank, and 1 support hero, because I feel like Overwatch and the meta is forever changing, where if I list off a couple of heroes and only a couple of heroes going into your placements, or before you even play your placements, you can practice with these heroes, try to get better with them, so that you can maybe hang with the meta or just overall play with the meta heroes so that you can get a tiny bit more success in your competitive games. But I always say that these aren't the only heroes that you can find success, and I also always say that if you're already playing a hero that you're finding success in, then keep playing that hero. Just because I list off a hero that you don't typically play and you're already winning and you're already climbing in previous competitive seasons, then don't switch it up. Keep doing what's working. This is really for anybody that's looking for maybe a new hero to learn, a change of scenery, or looking for any sense of direction on how to climb. And it's not like my advice is the only advice or necessarily even the best advice, but it's my advice. So you can take it or leave it or even disagree, just as long as we all can agree that we're all sad degenerates at the end of the day. So the first DPS hero that I want to talk about is a hero that never really became bad. Like, it's not like he ever received nerfs. He just really became obsolete over the past couple of years, but now he's been getting a lot more love recently, and he's seen a surge in popularity. It's not like he wasn't even popular to begin with, but this is the boy GENJI. GENJI was really just a victim of Overwatch's forever evolving nature, because the last time that we saw him be a prevalent character was back in the dive comp days. But once that meta dissolved because of the Go composition, once Brigitte got added, or Double Shield once Sigma got added, or because of heroes in the DPS category just getting buffed and becoming better, like Mei, or Reaper, or Hanzo, our boy GENJI just never really had the momentum to keep up with him because he wasn't changing with the game. It wasn't until recently where he finally got some love that he became a good viable hero once again, even with all these good tanks and good counters coming after him. And that's one of the big reasons why I think GENJI is going to be a great hero in Season 23, because he's back to doing what he's been known for best. Being a very high mobile flank hero with high DPS output, where the biggest weakness about GENJI is that he is a glass cannon. He's a fragile boy. But just like me, that doesn't necessarily make him a bad hero. But that is still one of his biggest weaknesses, is that he is a high skill cap hero. He's not like Moira, or he's not like another straightforward hero where basically anybody can pick up that hero and do well. You not only have to manage the cooldowns, but you also have to know every single map and where the health packs are, because surprise, surprise, GENJI mains, there are some health packs around the map that you can get free heals. It's like free real estate without the real estate and substitute for heals. That was a stupid joke. You need high knowledge of every single map and where to be able to wall climb to get out of dangerous situations. You need to be able to know how every single hero is played on the opposite side of the field so that you can manage your abilities and cooldowns correctly so that you're not left as a sitting duck. And you also need to be able to know who to focus as GENJI. Like a very, very, very simple example that I can give you is that when you're GENJI, who are you going to focus? Zenyatta or Winston? Obviously the Zenyatta, because he is most vulnerable to you as GENJI. You're not going to focus on the Winston because that is someone who counters you. So while that's not high intense knowledge, that's something that most people have known ever since 2016, you gotta know that for multiple heroes, for multiple situations, in split-second reaction times, which is one of the biggest drawbacks when it comes to GENJI. But if you're able to do that and control his high skill cap nature, then you're gonna see great success with him. Or maybe you're just gonna mute everybody on your team when they complain about you being a trash GENJI and wanting you to switch off. Then you're still gonna see great success, because when you ignore all your problems around you, then you're not the problem. But while GENJI is a hero that you just honestly can't pick up overnight, it's gonna take days, if not weeks, to learn GENJI and really get the hang of him. What about a hero right now that you can pick up and it's very straightforward on what you need to do? You just gotta pour a couple of days into learning how to aim with them. Well, that's where ASHE comes into play, because I do feel like ASHE is gonna be another excellent hero in Season 23. Kind of similar to how Genji's story is this year, ASHE has received a lot more buff love this year, where she has a lot more ammo, her reload time is a lot faster, she's able to scope in a lot quicker, which just all accumulates to her being able to have more DPS opportunity, where if you're able to get over this one single obstacle with ASHE, you're going to be able to take full advantage of, and that is learning how to aim with ASHE. But I think that's one of the simplest caveats that you can try to overcome whenever it comes to learning a hero. Just like McCree, just like Soldier, learning ASHE's aiming mechanic is one of the most simple, straightforward things, but time-consuming things that you can ever pour into. Like, you already know what you need to do to be able to succeed with ASHE. Like, she's not really a very in-depth hero compared to Genji, where you need cooldown management or you need to be able to time your ultimate perfectly. No, she's pretty straightforward of a hero. You throw Bob in the back line so that the Reinhardt has to focus on the Bob, but also focus on you that's shooting at him. And then when it comes to positioning with ASHE, you want to position yourself kind of farther away so that you can give yourself protection. And then you use the coach gun for any hero that's diving you, whether it is a Genji or whether it is a diva, you know, stuff like that. That's why I really like her as an option going into Season 23, because she's not only gotten better as a hero, but she's always been a good hero, and she's very simple for anybody that doesn't want to commit time and effort to learning someone like Genji. But what about all the tank mains out there, specifically the off tanks that are wanting to learn a new hero? Because golly, oh boy, if you're an off tank main, you should try to learn a main tank hero. Like, you will not know how clutch you will be of a player if you learn someone like REINHARDT, and when you need that big beefy shield and you pick that REINHARDT, oh my god, it might as well just pull down your pants, because all the e-girls and e-boys are gonna want to come after you. I don't know how you roll, but you're gonna get some poon, bruh. REINHARDT's always been a consistent shield hero, where the only hiccup that he's really had was during the double shield meta, where Sigma and Orisa were the two best tanks, and you really had to play them in tandem. But that's what I also like about REINHARDT season throughout seasons, is that he doesn't necessarily need a duo partner. You can play a REINHARDT with a Zarya, which is the most ideal duo when it comes to REINHARDT, because you can charge in and Zarya can bubble you, but it's not like you're just limited to Zarya. You can play a REINHARDT with a Roadhog, just as long as that Roadhog is able to hook someone and you're able to swing your big hammer. You can play a REINHARDT with a Sigma and still pull off a double shield. You can play a REINHARDT with an Orisa if you want to play a little bit more stationary around that double shield comp. That's why I like REINHARDT, is that while he's not ideal when it comes to a Sigma Orisa tandem, or it's not ideal when it comes to a Diva or a Winston dive comp, REINHARDT can get away with a lot of things because he has the somewhat high mobility, but he has that big shield, and he has somewhat high DPS output if you want to be aggressive, which is how I play REINHARDT. And especially if you're playing someone like ASHE or Soldier 76, again, more stationary, more backfield compositions, REINHARDT is going to be so clutch. It would be more clutch to play a Sigma and Orisa, I'm sure, but you can always play a Sigma and a REINHARDT. Just for consistency purposes, I go with the REINHARDT. And then the healer of choice for this competitive season is going to be inspired because of Genji being so good now, and I'm going with Ana. Nano Blade is back, baby! But even if you don't have that blade available with Genji, you can still nano that Cyborg Ninja, because he has so much DPS output because of his recent changes, and because of the nature that Genji plays. And if he's gonna be annoying and not go after health packs, where you as Ana can kind of give him an excuse for why he expects some heals. While it's super annoying, he's gotta play aggressive. He's gotta play in the back line, and nobody can really go and follow him other than a Zenyatta orb. But like, even that's not an effective way to heal, where you pop shotting him, oh yeah, he's not gonna have to fear of getting killed in the enemy back line, which is where he kind of belongs. He's a flank hero. Nano Boost is always a good ultimate every single season. Like I mentioned before, Nano Blade is probably gonna be the go-to ultimate combination, but that anti-grenade is one of the most clutch and underrated abilities in Overwatch. Nano Grenade is such an excellent fetching tool when it comes to Genji too, because all you gotta do is splash it on a target, and 9 times out of 10, that Genji is probably gonna be drawn like a moth to a flame and focus that target, because there's absolutely no way that they're able to heal them. Like, it is just such an amazing ability for people to focus one single hero, because everybody loves a purple enemy. But with Ana, there are some drawbacks. Just like Genji, you gotta be able to manage your cooldowns properly, because if you're just willy-nilly shooting your sleep dart, then you have no way of protecting yourself against the godlike Tracer on the enemy team, which always happens because the Tracer is always godlike on the enemy team and never on your team. But just like ASHE, you also going to be able to aim well with Ana, which if you're not able to aim well, then just go play Moira. Like, you're accurate 100% of the time when it comes to Moira, where Ana, you have more heal opportunity if you're able to hit your shots, but if you're not, then there's absolutely no point to be playing an Ana when your team is dying. So just switch to Moira if you don't have confidence in your shot. But that's the whole point of this video, is to tell you that Ana's gonna be a good hero going into season 23, so practice her. Genji's gonna be good, so practice him. ASHE is gonna be good. REINHARDT's gonna be good. Practice these heroes so that you don't have the excuse of, well, I'm just not good. You can't say that because I gave you time to practice going into season 23, and if you didn't utilize that time to practice them, then I don't know what to say. Maybe you're not a good player. Or maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe I'm a bad player and I'm giving you terrible advice, but I'm pretty confident these are going to be some solid heroes going into season 23. It's not going to be an automatic win every single time you pick these heroes, but they're still solid picks. But let me know what you think. But I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.